I see my role in the Brighton Festival this year as a sort of, say, setting the atmosphere, or sort of giving a kind of a feel to the festival, and in a way, helping to create the festival is like making an art piece, but in a longer time and using other people's work, but it's sort of creating an experience that hopefully has, the pieces have some connection between them, and if people are going and seeing more than one event, they are starting to get a sense of a world, or of a way to see the world. So it's setting a tone, it's setting an atmosphere to the festival, and that's kind of how I see it. I always thought I will have to retire, and when I'm like 65 or 78, or whenever I retire, I'll take a month in Brighton and see the festival. And here I have a chance to be in Brighton for a month and see the whole festival and be part of it. And so I guess being part of the festival and actually being able to see the work and have that experience is really amazing. I think there is a combination in the festival of things that are very fun and very challenging. Things that inspire and things that make people question. And I think a lot of the questions might be surrounding our social structures, our, questions of identity. I mean, these are questions that are many times asked in art, but we hope that we, through the program this year, brought just an interesting angle on it. But sort of like, I think there might be a feel of, can you say misplacement? Displacement of people? Let's keep it as abstract as that, or precise. There are obviously I would try to go and see everything if it's possible, technically, schedule-wise, but there is a piece that I actually have seen. I couldn't go and see the piece itself because it was in another country when I was in another country, but I saw the whole video of the piece, and I think it's going to be a really fascinating piece. It's called Opus 7, and it's a theater piece. It's very experimental, very visual. There are strong visual elements, use of projection, music, sound, voice, puppetry. It's looks like a real journey, and a kind of like an awkward and powerful one. So I'm going to be there. There is a choreographer that I've been inspired by for many years, since the beginning of my career as a dancer even. There are a few, but one of them, and a very interesting one, is called William Forsythe. And we have the absolute privilege to have a work of his. Interestingly, it's not a work of choreography for dancers. It's a sort of, I don't want to give away too much, but it's a sort of an installation that he made that is stunning for what it is, but it makes people move in the space, and in that sense he's choreographing with people he doesn't know in the future, or seeing into the possibilities. So this is something I'm really looking forward to, not only seeing but being part of. So my relationship with the Brighton Festival and Dome is a relationship that is stretched now over 5 years, and it's a very solid and a very deep relationship, because actually the birth of my company and our residency with the Brighton Dome were sort of happened in the same time, and the unbelievable growth of my company happened whilst we are and were residents at the Brighton Dome and Festival. you know, I feel very grateful for this relationship, because I think having a place for an artist and for a company in the right moment, having a place to do your work and to develop and have this kind of support is everything. We can come with great ideas, but if we don't have, you know, factual studio space to work in, and without being rude, cash money to, you know, to make the work, it just doesn't happen. And it is such a committed relationship. So I feel so grateful to the Brighton Festival and Dome, and I feel that for them to now put me in that amazing position to be able to commission works, to be able to program works for the Brighton Festival, it's a beautiful kind of way to close a circle and to yeah, to continue a relationship that is about creating opportunities and developing things. So yeah, but it's a very strong relationship and long. Sun is the latest piece that I've done for my company, and it's a sort of a playful, naughty, quite fun but quite challenging little piece of dance. And there is something very exciting about it. It's visually, it's kind of visually very beautiful, if I may say it about my own work. But there is something kind of, it presents a very pastoral, very almost perfect kind of visuals with a very disturbing reality bubbling underneath it. And I really love that tension between the, you know, something that would appear perfect, but it's so disturbing. It's so not perfect, and it's so there's something dangerous underneath. And it's a very playful piece. It's a sort of, it shows, it deals with a lot of deceit and lies and illusions, but in a very obvious way. So we are revealing the deceit, we are revealing the layers and the lies. So quite an awkward piece. Come and see it, you know. The way I see Brighton, it's already a city that is that has a lot of buzz to it and a lot of character. You know, we travel quite a lot. I travel with my company quite a lot in England, and Brighton really has something unique. I don't know if it's something about the architecture, the people. It doesn't matter. No need to explain. There is just a kind of a buzz and a kind of sort of, it might be the sea. I don't know. There is an exciting feeling about the city, and I think there is something about the festival that creates even more a sense of happening, a sense of excitement, a sense of a focused buzz, and a sense of, I think, sharing. There is something about festivals that are about, you know, sharing experiences in a concentrated amount of time and in place. It's sort of a concentrated experience of Brighton. It sort of brings it even more into focus and into color. And I think a lot of people really enjoy art, but sometimes it's hard to get out of the house. We're sort of like glued to the TV, even though it's boring most of the time. But we have a rhythm of life, and suddenly I think events that are happening for a lot of people, there is something tempting about it, there is something exciting about it, there is something fun about it. And I think it makes it easier for people to, you know, get out of the house and take part and observe and you know, come and explore different things. And I think, you know, 9 times out of 10 people are feeling that they had a great experience that enriched them, excited them, inspired them. So, you know, 9 out of 10 is a good chance. I hope people are getting out of the house and stop watching X Factor.